Alrighty, folks, welcome back. And very excitedly, we get to announce another free service for all our wealth engineers. So we alluded to this we didn't allude to it, we launched it. Brendan went through it very comprehensively at our Converge Awards evening. There is already a training or a review video on this free service on YouTube already, but we thought we'd do a kind of a live official launch in this workshop. You are free to ask any questions throughout the workshop, and so I will go through it in detail. Feel free to just put your hand up. I'll repeat the question for those of you online, and I might take a step back and just see if you have any questions online. So those of you that are live streaming, you're welcome to ask questions too. All right, so it's a brand new free benefit. It is called MediCall. So, you know, the proof is in the name, MediCall. It is a doctor in your pocket. It is a free wealth engineer benefit that we've launched in addition to the legal access service. What does it include? It includes 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, access to a medical practitioner. So you get healthcare advice through this line. It's provided by qualified healthcare professionals, and so when you call through, it'll obviously be dependent on the severity of the case, but when you call through, you'll speak directly to a nurse first, a very qualified nurse, typically nurses that specialize in pediatrics too. And so there are a host of services, and then they will escalate your call depending on your case, right? So they address all kinds of scenarios, from just general healthcare advice. You don't have to Google anymore to find out what is this funny rash I've got. You call the doctor rather. Call the doctor rather. Don't use Google anymore, because now you have a completely free doctor in your pocket. And so they also have the ability to deal with emergencies, pediatric cases, frail care, etc. And so pretty much any healthcare advice that you need, you can call them. And then there are a host of options that go beyond this service, where they can connect you to emergency services, etc. So it's a great point of reference to begin with. When do you receive the benefit? So as we say, it's for all active wealth engineers immediately. So as a brand new wealth engineer, so any wealth engineers joining from today or from last week when we launched it officially, they will automatically have the service activated for them. For current wealth engineers, so for existing wealth engineers, you have to activate it in your phone. Right, so we're going to go through that. I'm going to show you how to activate it in your app, and then you're going to lose the service when you are not an active wealth engineer, right? So that goes without saying. So wealth engineers who have cancelled or who have been lapsed, that service falls away because you're not active. And then when you reinstate your product and become an active wealth engineer again, then it'll take 3 months for that service to become activated for you. So there's a 3-month waiting period for anyone who's cancelled or lapsed and then come back into the system. But for all new wealth engineers, you get it automatically, right? You'll find it in your app. It's activated already. For those of us that are active already, that are current wealth engineers, you need to go into your app and hit that activate button. So I'll show you how to do that very shortly. Who is included? So wealth engineers at no cost, right? People that are actively involved at DewPoint. You have a product, an active product. You are paying for your product, and so those are deemed active wealth engineers. You can include family members, right? So the active wealth engineer is the person on our system, right? That person, the policyholder, the one with the investment, the one with wealth points. That is the active wealth engineer member that gets the service for free. If you want to add any additional family members, adult family members, because you can phone on behalf of your children, right? But if you want to add active other adults onto it, it's only going to cost you 25 Rand per month per family member. And so you can do that through your app. There's a button there that says add family member, and then client service will add that family member to your profile so that they can access the medical service too. Do you earn returns and rewards from this? No. No, it is not a product. It is not a product, right? You only earn returns and rewards from products within DewPoint. We have 5 products, right? The 2 free services, legal access and MediCall, are free services. Even if you add family members, you don't get anything for adding family members, right? Because we basically do this at our cost. we provide the service at due point's cost, and so there's no returns paid for you for adding family members to the MediCall service. Okay, there. It's a free benefit. It's not a paid product. No returns and rewards will be earned, even where additional members are loaded. How to activate a new. So if you've got your phone with you, if you haven't activated it, you're free to take your phone out, because we're going to go through, I'm going to take you through this process step by step on how to activate MediCall. So take out your phone. You'll probably be presented with daily notices. Remove that. So go click back. Go to the home page. Right, you ready? Everyone ready online? Okay, so there you are. That's what you presented with, your home page. Click on the menu button in the top left corner, those 3 lines. Click on My Account. Your account details will come up. There you see legal access. You're going to scroll down, and there you'll see MediCall with the activate button. So click on the activate button. It'll come up with a dialog box. You say, yes, activate, and then it'll come up with a couple of slides. Just scroll to the right, so just swipe to the left, and then you'll see it's activated, and you've got the button activated, it's blurred out. You've got the call button, you've got your documents button, and you've got add family members button there once you've activated it, right? You hit that call button, the call center is based in Cape Town. It'll come up with a Cape Town number, and you will have someone that you're speaking to who is a healthcare service advisor. So you're simply going to press the call button in your app. Do not call Dew Point. We have no nurses working at Dew Point, right? I'll give you Rena's number. We have no nurses in our call center. Do not call us. You have to make the call through your app. And that's why it's important that all your wealth engineers have got their app loaded and running. They use the app actively because they're active wealth engineers. They're going to access those 2 free services through the app. Questions? If you have any questions about the service, that's when you can call client service, right? So you can phone us, you can send us an email. If you need anything clarified, feel free to call us then. But we aren't the ones providing the actual service. Your benefit document is in your app. So if you want to understand what you're getting exactly, it is spelt out in that document. It is not a long document. It's like a page and a half. It's basically everything I'm explaining to you now. Full services terms and conditions are in the document, and no one has put their hand up for a question. So I must have done a really good job in the space of 10 minutes. Any questions? Sir?
When you call him on the app, is it a free call or are you paying for it?
You paying for that call? So the question is, am I paying for the call? Yes, you're paying for the call. It is a Cape Town number, as I said, so you'll be paying local rates. Luckily, the call center is not in India, and it'll be very expensive. So,
Yes, you said here I must add the members, and then my wife, we are partners, that add as a member or just...
yes. Yes, so you'll add your wife, because if you, the Dew Point member, right, your wife's not a product owner at Dew Point, if you want her to be able to phone the doctor, add her on for 25 Rand a month. Okay. Paul. Okay, so they don't provide scripts. So let me give you a good understanding of the benefit that we're speaking to. You're going to be put through to a nurse. The nurse will then evaluate what you need further and give you advice based on what you're telling them. That case can be escalated to a doctor or emergency services, right? The doctor and the nurse and emergency services, they cannot provide you with scripts. So regulation in South Africa says that you have to be in physical presence of a doctor or nurse, or at least the doctor, to be able to get a script. But did you know that 80% of doctors' calls do not end up in scripts? So this free service is going to save you 80% of your doctor's calls because you didn't have to go see the doctor in the first place. So now you have just saved 80% of a lifetime's worth of doctor's calls with this product, right? And so there won't be scripts provided over the service, but that is only 20% of the time. The nurse will say to you, you probably need to get this and this and this. That can only be provided by script. Go to the pharmacy. They might have a locum nurse there with a doctor, or go to the doctor and go get it. But that statistically only happens 20% of doctors' calls. Any other questions? So,
You're allowed to call for your kids?
you can call for on behalf of your kids, yes.
Age restriction?
Age restriction, I think it is 18.
18.
Might be 16 or 18. I'll double check that. So the question is, can I call on behalf of my children? You can. What is the definition of a child? It is someone under the age of 18. So I will clarify that, but I'm pretty sure it's under the age of 18. So it's pretty much anyone who's dependent on you in your household. When we speak about adding other family members at 25 Rand, we talk about adult family members, right, that you're able to add. Any more questions? It's that straightforward. It is that straightforward. Let me check the live stream. I want to see if anyone's asked any questions here. No questions on the live stream. Okay. So now let's get back to business with regards to this service. When you are building a channel, you need to make very sure that people understand the benefit of what they're getting as wealth engineers here at DewPoint. It is not a case of just coming in and building wealth, right? Think about all the benefits you have in an active wealth engineer. You are paying for your product. That product comes with wealth creation, wealth protection benefits, right? You've either got investment or insurance products, right? You're paying for that. You get access to the ability to create business, to create income, to create wealth for yourself at no cost. We don't add the cost onto the product. The product is standalone, priced at market value, right? You are being paid out of typically a traditional marketing budget. And so your access to building wealth for yourself comes out of that. It is free. And now you have two services. You have access to a lawyer 24 hours a day for nothing. And now you have access to a healthcare professional for absolutely nothing. The cost of being a wealth engineer is almost nothing, right? The benefit of being a wealth engineer is massive. You can say the upside is unlimited. It is unlimited for the 249, the 334 that you're paying every single month. And so the cost of cancelling is massive. Think about those people. You see that red line come up in your live stream. This one's lapsed, this one's lapsed, this one's cancelled. You need to speak to those people and say, do you understand what you're cancelling? Do you understand what you're losing? What else is more important than DewPoint today? DSTV is more important? Coffee from Starbucks, more important? It is. It becomes a set of priorities, right? And if you have too many people cancelling on your first point, you're not doing a good enough job in getting that across to them. You are failing in getting across the benefits of this business. I cannot understand anyone who would not take up this business for $249 a month. I cannot understand it. Right? It is our job to make people aware of the benefit. Not for the 55 Rand I'm getting, for the benefit they're getting. Right? It is massive. It is massive. Think about, take a lifetime of doctor's calls. Take a lifetime of doctor's calls. How much money do you think that is? The time that it takes, the traveling, the appointment. Now take 80% of that away. 80% of that cost, take it away. Not only for you, for your children too. That's what we've launched this week, right? It is a massive benefit. Why? Because it resonates with all of us. We might not be calling lawyers every single month, but we are most certainly calling doctors all the time. Who's got kids? Always worried about the kids, right? Coughing this, runny nose that. Do we need to take to the doctor? Oh, I hope I don't get antibiotics. Oh, it's constant, right? And so this is a massive, massive benefit for wealth engineers in our business. And so use it, guys. Use it. Don't keep it to yourself. Make sure everyone in your channel appreciates the value of what we've done here, because it'll increase your retention. And if it increases your retention, you'll be earning more. You'll be wealthier sooner. It is as simple as that. Any other questions? Nothing. I'm happy for you guys. I am. I'm happy for you guys, man. This is an awesome business. An awesome business. It's a wonderful service. Let me see if we've got any other questions on our live stream, and then we can call it a day. Okay, so Mark asked the question about the wife. Yes, you got to add the wife for 25 Rand a month. That's it. Guys, thank you. This is already on YouTube. Brendan's got training on MediCall, it's on YouTube. And the announcement that we did at our Converge Awards is also on YouTube. So you've got 3 different sources of information if you want to go revisit this, right? Or forward it to people, right? You might not want to explain it to your channel. Forward them the link. Forward them the link. It's that easy. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon.